Hello, my name is John and I'm a multi-skilled therapist from England. I'm 62 years old. So I've been asked to give a testimonial today to the Prostate 3D clinic. I'm very happy to do so. As with everybody, we all have our challenges in life, and one of the challenges of my family has been the recurrence of prostate cancer. I should say I'm also a teacher and author, so I'm accustomed to public speaking. So with regard to the prostate cancer, yes, I was devastated in 2005, 3 weeks after my wedding, to discover that my father, Alan, had prostate cancer at an advanced level. With regard to Dad, it's already gone into his bones, so what they call metastases, and so they started him on the traditional Western course of hormone injections, radiotherapy, this is usually followed by the experimental drugs. Unfortunately, it was too late for my father, and he died 3 weeks after my wedding in 2005. As if that wasn't bad enough, just 2 years later, my eldest brother David contracted the same form of prostate cancer. Obviously, they ran the genetic tests, but nothing was proven that it was genetic. But anyway, David, unfortunately with him, at that stage, it had spread from his prostate again into his bones. And so we have the standard Western type of treatment, which is the hormone injections, radiotherapy, and in his case, what they call PARP drugs. So in my view, I was looking around all this time, being a multi-skilled therapist, but searching for over 10 years for a cure for prostate cancer. Unfortunately, on the market, when you go out there, you have the standard Western treatment in the West, in the British NHS, which is often mirrored by the American, Canadian, Australian system, which obviously they do a great deal of testing, cancer research, they'll work on drugs. You realise that they're sincere, but they've often only got a one-shot approach, which seems to involve the radiation. So my personal view is, I'm uncertain if radiation is good for the body. Does it support the immune system? Is it likely to work in a holistic way to cure somebody or help somebody who has cancer? In the evidence of my family, the answer unfortunately is no, and I have, as a result, a dead brother and father. So all this time I was searching for something that was sincere and was credible, that was affordable, of course, and most of all, that worked. I've obviously gone through quite a sharp learning curve in trying to find out if there's anything I could do to prevent myself from dying of prostate cancer, as I was diagnosed myself in 2007. Fortunately for me, the prostate cancer was inside the prostate, and so I had the option of surgery, which I took up. The reason I took up the surgery option was because I didn't find any other sort of forms, aside from the hormone injections and radiotherapy, that could cure me of cancer. The truth is that on the marketplace there are many people who offer desperate people remedies, what the doctors call quacks, people who are only in it for the profit, only in it for the money, and they are quite happy to exploit gullible people. So a careful evaluation and discrimination is definitely needed. Personally, I'm of the belief that I'm in charge of my health. That means I'm responsible for my life, and I can decide for myself who I go to seek for treatment. So with regard to my own history and my own case and how I've come to know Dr. Song and his colleagues, who are very sincere and compassionate people, I had been dealing with, of course, the effects of the prostate cancer after my prostatectomy operation in 2008, and the result of that was, as you may appreciate if you have this form of cancer, the rise in the PSA. Gradually from 0.5, it was rising up towards 4, and by last year it got up to 3. So I then visited the Budwig Centre in Spain, and I tried the Budwig protocols, which I thought were very good actually, and they're very sympathetic in Malaga in Spain if you want to go and try that option. However, I'm not convinced that the Vega test and the medical recovery is perfect with regards to that particular clinic. But other people were going to that clinic from around the world, in Malaga to recover from cancer and showing very good signs of improvement. The key thing I learned from them is that often the immune system is disabled, and Dr. Harold Jenkins was very good at teaching us about that. With regard to Dr. Song, so here I was really just a few months ago. We got down to the wire really. The doctors were pressing me very hard in England. Their oncology centre, I come from the Midlands in England, they were pressing me very hard to go and have the hormone injections and radiotherapy and begin my programme, which would have been 6 months of hormone treatments and then followed by a 6-week period of radiation. I had looked at that and received the medication from them, but noticed the side effects, which, may I say, I think are permanent, the side effects. And at least in 10% of the people would involve things like problems with the heart, the liver, other organs of the body. As we are taking the testosterone out of the body, that's what we may use to give us strength, stamina, and cohesion, in my view. And so I was also going to be having the 6 weeks of radiation in my body, but to be frank with you, I came to the conclusion that the drugs and the therapy were worse than the prostate cancer was going to be, especially as I saw my father and brother die of prostate cancer using these protocols. So I elected to look for a last-ditch attempt to find something in the world that would be useful. I came across Dr. Song's website. I was very impressed by the fact that his medical qualifications were excellent, that he had full training in the Chinese medical health system, and that he is compassionate, caring, and most of all thorough and precise medical practitioner. And the clinic here is clean and hygienic. I've received the treatment from him, which involved injections to the localized site of the prostate cancer, which is in the scarring around my prostate, and also other medications. So we have the medical facilities, which I was impressed by. Also the prospect of curing my cancer, or at the very least allowing me to live longer, and the staff and everybody was very helpful, and the other men I've noticed on different treatments for prostatitis and various illnesses related to the prostate are recovering well. So that's the reason I'm very happy to endorse this as one of your options. I urge you to look at the internet, check through the options, don't accept just one version or one doctor or one practitioner says, but speak to people. Speak to people who've recovered from cancer, people who are facing these choices and are desperate to receive a cure, but sufficiently, may I say, discriminating to discriminate between the different options available and have sufficient funds to obviously come and receive this very professional type of treatment. So I just conclude by saying, if you're like me and that you are interested in researching these things, finding cures, helping people, I've spent my whole life helping people in a caring capacity. And the truth is, you have to think outside the box. You have to think in a holistic way, in my view, in order to receive the results. You have to have a good mindset, and for that purpose, I also teach Qigong, and so that was another layer of synchronicity, because very much in favour of the Chinese medical system, and I receive quite a lot of acupuncture at home as well. And then have a positive mindset. I recommend things like yoga and meditation to calm the mind, and most of all having that positive mindset that you are going to recover from cancer if you make the correct options. I'll be inclined to be quite wary, quite discriminating about the use of drugs and other substances, and realise that it's your body's healing mechanism that's going to, we need to use most of all to help you to recover from cancer and other conditions. So finally, it's John here just signing off and saying thank you very much, and I'm very happy to do this testimony for Dr. Song and wishing him and his staff all the best. And my advice to you is just carefully evaluate it, look at the website, ask all the questions you need to ask, get the answers, and if you think this is for you, then go for it. let's face it, what else have you got? Choices have you got? You have to carefully evaluate these things and come to your own conclusions. So thanks very much for allowing me to speak to you. It's John just signing off here from Changsha in China. Thank you very much. Bye for now.
Thank you.